Hi everybody, I am back with our last lesson for Module 16. So this is Module 16 Lesson 4. We're going to be solving problems using multiplication of a fraction or mixed number by a whole number. And this time we're going to be having our answer not be in an improper fraction. We are going to make our improper fraction into a mixed number, which we have done before, we just haven't done them with these problems yet. So that's what the next step is going to be, is to transform that improper fraction. Now that you know how to multiply, now we're going to transform that improper fraction into a mixed number. All right? So Armando is a plant biologist who works at an urban indoor vertical farm. He adds 1 1/4 gallons of plant food to each of three arugula trays. How much plant food does he use? All right, so we're gonna step off from this, and I'm gonna show it to you over here. So we know that he is adding 1 1/4 gallons of plant food to every tray, and there are 3 trays. So we want to multiply 3 times 1 1/4. Okay? So this time what happens is we need to take our whole number and we need to multiply it by the other whole number, and we need to multiply it by the fraction. So we need to multiply it by both. So I'm going to rewrite this. So I have to multiply 3 times 1, and I have to multiply 3 times 1/4. Okay? So my whole number has to be multiplied by the whole number, and it needs to be multiplied by the fraction. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 3 times 1/4, which is 3/4. Now my numerator is smaller than my denominator, so I don't need to fix it or change this into a mixed number. So 3 plus 3/4 is 3 3/4, and they're going to need 3 3/4 gallons. Okay? So if you're multiplying a whole number by a mixed number, the only change is you need to multiply the whole number by the whole number and the whole number by the fraction. Whole number by the whole number, 3 times 1. Whole number by the fraction, 3 times 1/4. And then you put them together. Okay? So we're going to do some more practicing with this. So again, we're not going to worry about these. We're going to do this off to the side. So each tray of herbs at the vertical farm uses 2 3/4 packets of seeds. How many packets are needed for 6 trays? So every tray needs 2 3/4 packets, and we want to know how many are needed for 6 trays. So 6 times 2 3/4. So remember, whole number multiplied by whole number, then whole number multiplied by fraction. So 6 times 2 plus 6 times 3/4. 6 times 2 equals 12, plus 6 times 3/4 is 18/4. Now, here we go. We have an improper fraction. So I need to change this to a mixed number before I add. So 18/4, I need to think about how many fourths are in 18. Or 18 divided by 4 is 4. And then what do I have left? Well, I know that 4 times 4 is 16. So 18 minus 16 is 2. So that becomes my numerator. So now I can add 12 plus 4 2/4. So 12 plus 4 is 16 2/4. So they need 16 2/4 packets of seeds. So just to go do this over again, I'm going to multiply my whole number by my whole number, and I'm going to multiply my whole number by my fraction. After I do that, I notice that this fraction is improper. So then I need to change my, improper fraction to a mixed number. So I think, how many 4s are in 18? There are 4. There are 4 4s in 18, which is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. So then I get 2/4. So 12 plus 4 is 16 2/4 packets. All right, so let's do some practicing with the check for understanding. Tammy uses 2 2/3 gallons of water on her plants once a week. How much water does she use in 3 weeks? So we have 2 2/3 gallons. Want to know how much she uses in 3 weeks. 3 times 2 2/3. So first I'm going to multiply my whole numbers, 3 times 2. Then I'll multiply my whole number with my fraction, 3 times 2/3. So 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 2/3 equals, 6 plus 6/3. Now I need to rename my improper fraction. How many 3's are in 6? There are 2. So we'll have 6 plus 2. So that would be 8 gallons of water is needed. At an urban vertical farm, each tray of arugula makes about 3 5/8 pounds of edible plants. How many pounds will 5 trays make? So we have 3 5/8 pounds, and we want 5 trays. 5 times 3 5/8. So first, 5 times 3 plus 5 times 5/8. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 5 times 5/8 is 25/8. So thinking about this one, how many 8's are in 25? 8 times what gets me close to 25? That would be 3. Because 8 times 3 is 24, so I would have 1 left over. 1/8 left over. So I'm going to add 15 plus 3 1/8, which equals 18 1/8 gallons. Okay. Oh, sorry, pounds. I was looking at the one above it. Pounds. Sorry, my label was wrong. All right, find the product. So I'm just going to do this 5 times 3. Instead of writing it all out, 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5, so I did my 5 times 3. Now I need to do my 5 times 4/5, which is 20/5. So that's going to equal 15 plus, how many 5's are in 20? There are 4 5's in 20 with no fractional remainder. So 15 plus 14 equals 19. Okay, 4 times 3, 12, plus 4 times 2/3, 8/3 equals 12 plus, so my 8/3, how many 3's are in 8? There are 2, which is 6, so that leaves me 2 left over. So 12 plus 2 2/3, 14 2/3. Okay, remember on your own you can do it independently or stay right with me and we will do it together. You can skip number 8. And that should be good. All right. Mr. Dayton uses 3 3/8 gallons of diesel fuel in his tractor each time he plows one of his 4 50-acre fields. If he plows 4 fields, how much diesel fuel does he use? Now remember, just because there's a number in here doesn't mean we have to use it. You have to be a critical thinker and a critical mathematician and decide, do I need to use all the numbers that I see or do I only need to use some of them? So when I look at this, I can see that 50-acre field, they're just wanting to know if he plows 4 of those fields. So this is extra information that I technically don't need, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I want to know how much diesel fuel he's going to use if he's going to plow 4 fields, because he uses 3 3/8 gallons for 1 field. So we need to know how much he uses for 4. So 4 times 3 3/8. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 3/8 is 12/8. Okay. So then we've got 12 plus, what is how many 8s are in 12? There's just 1. And how many are left over? 4. So when I put those together, we've got 13 and 4/8 gallons. Number 6. Ms. Abad purchases 7 packages of pre-washed spinach to make a large salad for a school potluck dinner. Each package contains 1 1/4 pounds of spinach. How many pounds of spinach does Miss Abad purchase? So we have 7 packages and 1 1/4 pounds. 7 times 1 1/4 equals 7 times 1 equals 7, plus 7 times 1/4, 7/4. How many fourths are in 7? There's 1 with 3 left over. When I add those together, I get 8 3/4 pounds. Leonie is planting radishes in 4 garden plots. He uses 8 2/5 ounces of radish seeds in each plot. How many ounces of seeds does he use? So we have 4 garden plots, and he uses 8 2/5 ounces of seeds. 4 times 8 2/5. So first, 4 times 8, 32, plus 4 times 2/5, 8/5. So I'm going to keep my 32. How many fifths are in 8? There's 1. And how many are left over? 3/5. So 32 plus 1 is 33 3/5 ounces. Okay, now find the product. Remember, we're writing them in mixed numbers. All right. Oops, sorry. This is very crooked. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 4 times 5, 6 is 26. How many sixths are in 20? Well, 6 times 3 is 18, so there are 3 of them. 20 minus 18 would be 2, 6. So 12 plus 3 is 15, and then 2 sixths. 10 times 2 is 20, plus 10 times 3/4 is 30/4. So 20 plus, how many fourths are in 30? Well, 4 times 7 is 28. So 30 minus 28 would be 2/4. So we have 27 2/4. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 8 times 2/3 is 16/3. So I want to rename my 16/3. How many thirds are in 16? Well, there would be 5, because that would be 15. 16 minus 15 is 1. So 45 1/3. 2 times 2, 4, plus 2 times 7/12 would be 14/12. How many twelfths are in 14? Just 1. And then there will be 2/12 left. So we have 5 2/12. Okay, number 13. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4/5 is 16/5. How many fifths are in 16? That would be, plus, that would be 3. 3 times 5 is 15, so 16 minus 15 is 1/5. So we have 11 1/5. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 3 times 3/8 would be 9/8, which would equal 9 plus, how many 8s are in 9? 1, 1/8. So we'd have 10 1/8. Okay, and finally our last page. David takes care of 2 horses. One horse eats 1/4 bags of oats each week. The other horse eats 1 2/4 bags of oats each week. How many bags of oats does David feed the 2 horses over 7 weeks? So this would be a 2-part problem, right? A 2-step problem, because first we have to add and figure out how many bags of oats they eat just in 1 week. So 1 1/4 plus 1 2/4 equals 2 3/4. And then I need to multiply that all by 7. So 7 times 2 3/4. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 7 times 3/4 is 21/4. So how many fourths are in 21? There are 5 of them with 1/4 left. So it would be 19 1/4 bags they need for 7 weeks. Langston has 8 packets of corn seeds that he wants to plant in a community garden. Each packet contains 2 2/3 ounces of seeds. How many ounces of seeds does he have? So 8 times 2 2/3. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 2/3 is 16/3. How many thirds are in 8 and 16? There would be 5, because 5 times 3 is 15. 16 minus 15 is 1. So we have 21 1/3 ounces. Excuse me. A recipe for 1 loaf of bread calls for 1 1/4 cups of milk. Wade wants to make 4 loaves. How much milk does he need? Don't worry about the extra. We've been modeling with an equation. So 4 loaves times 1 1/4. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 4 times 1/4 is 4/4. I know that 4/4 is the same as 1 whole. So he needs 5 cups of milk. Gordon is building a wooden table. Each leg is 3 3/8 feet long. What length of wood does he need for 4 legs? So we have 3 3/8 feet and 4 legs. 4 times 3 3/8. So 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 4 times 3/8 is 12/8. How many 8s are in 12? Just 1. And then you have 4 left over. So it'd be 13 4/8 feet. And finally, I'm going to find the product. So 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 3 times 5, 6 would be 15/6. So that would be 6 plus, how many 6s are in 15? There are 2. Because that would be 12, and 15 minus 12 is 3/6. When I add those together, I get 8 3/6. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 4 times 3/10 is 12/10. How many tenths are in 12? There's 1, with 2 left over. So we've got 17 2/10. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 6 times 9/12, 54, or tenths, 54 tenths. So that equals 12. And how many tenths are in 54? There are 5 of them, with 4 left over. So 12 plus 5, 17 4/10. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 times 3 is 6, it's 6/6, which equals 6 plus 1, because 6/6 is the same as 1, so that would be 7. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 7 times 3/4 is 21/4, which would equal 14 plus, there are, how many fourths are in 21? There are 5, with 1/4 left, so we've got 19 1/4. 19 times 2 is 18, plus 9 times 2/3 is 18 thirds, which equals 18 plus, how many thirds are in 18? There are 6 of them. So that would be 24. Alrighty, so hopefully that it wasn't too difficult. Hopefully you're able to do that fairly well. You're going to skip number 2, and you are going to skip number 11 for the independent work. So please complete that independent work. Skip number 2 and 11. Have a fabulous day, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye.